How's everybody doing out there? This is Rapmythology. I hope you're having a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to talk to y'all today because I know somebody out there that's going through a little something, and I wanted to do my best to support, and I think trying to help this person can help out many people. Let me start off by saying that I have a placement in my chart, Saturn and Libra in the 12th house. So a lot of the lessons that I came to learn in this life is through relationships. With that placement being in the 12th house, I've had to deal with hidden enemies in my life. So when I was younger, I didn't really understand what a hidden enemy was. I couldn't understand why somebody would try to be my friend or attach themselves to me, but really be trying to one-up me and be in a secret competition with me. I didn't understand those things when I was younger. But now that I'm aware of it, as I'm older, I'm able to spot it before it has a real effect on me. One thing you gotta understand about narcissism is that us as a population, Americans in general, we have been programmed with this personality disorder. A lot of us are not full-blown narcissists, but we have heavy narcissistic traits in our personality. What this does is not allow us to have long-lasting functional relationships. So if you can see the overall picture, the overall plan, our education, our programming has been designed to keep us from having long-lasting relationships. So you can imagine how this would affect us as a people, right? As a people, it's hard for us to, rise up and to get ahead in life because we have such a problem relating with each other. So I got narcissists, family members and friends that I still love. My greatest example is one of my family members. He has the Sun Wukong or Hanuman archetype. I was his flying monkey. I have a whole story. I was Sun Wukong's flying monkey, but Sun Wukong is like another symbol of chaos, right? The monkey is chaotic. It moves all over the place and whatnot. You really can't tell how it's gonna move. So that's why in Asia they use the symbol of the monkey as chaos. So my friend had this archetype, and I loved him unconditionally. I didn't care what he did. People used to come to me like, yo, you shouldn't be hanging with such and such. Like, he's manipulative, he's conniving or whatnot. And I've been like, yo, this is family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your brother's son. You should love him off the string for that. And I would like stick up for him, but I was his flying monkey. And I love Sun Wukong. He be having me dying laughing. He's crazy funny, but it's like I can only deal with him to a certain extent, because then he starts getting on his manipulative shit. He's in like secret competition with me till this day. Like, he's still competing with me. Sometimes it motivates me though. Like I'll jump right in it. You know what I'm saying? I'll jump into the competition. It be motivating me to do my little IG videos and whatnot and to keep going. Sometimes you gotta use haters as fuel to do your thing out here. But I know what it's like to feel like you've been duped, to feel like you've been hoodwinked, people that you love, friends, relatives that catch you off guard, trying to one-up you and being in competition with you, hating on you. And you like, where did this come from? You're supposed to be my man, like, Why are you hating on me? So I know what that's like. My energy bothers a lot of people's demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm getting used to people reacting like that to me. Before I couldn't understand it, but now I have much more understanding about it. So I know what it's like when you figure out that your right-hand man is a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels to waking up, right? You don't really wake up and then like you just know everything, like, you know what I'm saying? You wake up kind of off the religion thing, kind of realizing, maybe religion might not be the way to go for you. It's kind of a spiritual thing at first, right? When you start waking up, or you might wake up from realizing how the government and the education system is trying to play you and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You might wake up on that level. but there's different levels to your ascension, right? So after that, after you first wake up, right, you still have all of this programming, all of this narcissistic programming in you from when you were a child. So one of the first things you got to do is deprogram, is unlearn all the bullshit that you learned. Because I think one of the first things that people start doing when they wake up, start learning about mysticism and magic and whatnot, we still be in this frame of mind. I'm a Scorpio, so me especially, when I woke up, it's like you start learning that you got a little power, and the first thing we want to do is control everything. You know what I'm saying? We want to control everything around us, and I had to really learn how to let go of trying to control everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so in my situation, it was like, oh, I need some more money. All right, so let me do this little spell on my boss so they could pay me a couple of extra dollars. You know what I'm saying? Let me do a little spell on this girl so she could feel me a little bit more. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of just focusing on self, I'm trying to control things outside of me. And I think a lot of us get caught up in that mode when we first wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get a little knowledge and it's like we start trying to control shit. And that's a bit of a narcissistic trait, you know what I'm saying, that we've learned, that we've picked up from childhood. So now that we can control things through mysticism, we kind of be jumping to that, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of a phase that you kind of have to grow out of. Once you learn about your own narcissism that exists within you, you kind of got to figure that out first. You'll be able to see it in other people, you know what I'm saying? Once you can see the darkness in you, then you could really recognize it better in other people. So first you got to start with you, you know what I'm saying? Before you start trying to label everybody and attack this person and that person, and you know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what's going on with you. What was your childhood trauma? What was your programming? You know what I'm saying? So studying narcissism now, I started watching movies a little differently. I watch movies different now, I'm looking for the different layers of the movie, the main message, what's the underlying message. But I'm also able to see the narcissism in the movie. You know what I mean? I'm able to spot the red flags in the behavior that most people don't notice. A lot of these movies coming out now are psychological. I'll be watching a movie and I could start identifying different types of behavior and then understand how the movie's gonna play out, like in the beginning of the movie. Right? You know how like in some movies, some suspense movies, they trying to find the killer, right? They might not know who the killer is in the movie and they trying to figure it out. Is it Brian? Is it Stacy? You know what I'm saying? Is it Jim? Who's the killer? Like, I be knowing who's the killer 15 minutes into the movie. So I watch a movie like, oh, he's using word salad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's the flying monkey. Oh, she's codependent. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a smear campaign. Like, he's doing a crazy smear campaign against this dude. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's gaslighting him. I start being able to identify the behavior in the movie, right? So I give you an example. The last one of my friends hit me up and was like, yo, you gotta watch this movie, Master. She was like, I don't really understand it. I watched it, but I don't really get it. But I know that like, the deeper side of the movie. She was like, can you watch it for me and let me know what's going on in the movie? It's about a black woman that's working at a college, right? It's the girl that's always in the Screams. She's always in the Marlon Wayans movies. I can't remember her name, but she's always in Marlon Wayans movies lately and whatnot. But she was in this movie, Master. She did a great acting job. But in the movie, she's working on a college campus. It's kind of, you could compare the college campus to like a Yale or a Harvard. But I think the college is called like Witches University or something like that. Like that was the mascot of the university, the Witches. So you see like the football players or whatnot with like witches on their jersey, you know what I'm saying? The cheerleaders and whatnot. It was crazy. I could see in the beginning of the movie, she was trying so hard to fit in with the crowd on the campus. She's a black woman. It's a predominantly white campus. And she's trying so hard to fit in, like, to the corporate world with her co-workers, and exist within their culture. But that was not her path. But she was just trying so hard because she had been programmed growing up that this is what success is. But a student comes into the college or whatever, a black girl that stays in her dorm, the room that she stays in is haunted. You know, there was somebody that committed suicide, you know, different students committed suicide in this one room. So I'm telling my friend, I'm like, spirit is letting her be haunted. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to teach her a lesson. I was able to see that from the get-go. I'm like, spirit is trying to teach them a lesson, not to be on the wrong path, that they need to get out of here and start trying to assimilate themselves in this culture. One, because they had spiritual gifts. She had spiritual gifts. She had dreams about the occult shit that was going on in the campus or whatever, you know, the spiritual things. She would have dreams and little premonitions. So I was like, she got spiritual gifts. I was like, she's not supposed to be there. And this is like 15 minutes into the movie, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, the girl student is a reflection of herself. That's our karmic soulmate. She came to help her learn that lesson, that she needs to stop trying to fit in the crowd and kind of do her own thing. While the movie played out exactly how I said it was, you know what I'm saying, 15 minutes in or whatever, the student ended up committing suicide in the room too. And I could see that was her karmic soulmate. She died tragically, but she had came there to teach this woman a lesson. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for this girl dying, she would have never left the school. So I was like, yeah, spirit let her go through those supernatural experiences and whatnot, being scared. For one, to show her how much power she did have, to show her that she had spiritual gifts to be able to combat this, right? And to teach her a lesson, not to be, you know, not to be trying to fit in and trying to be with the crowd or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? That she trying to teach her that she had spiritual gifts and she had another purpose in life. Once you start learning about narcissism, identifying it in movies is a good practice to be able to identify it in real life. You know, don't feel bad, you know, when you realize that your friend that you've been rocking with for 10 years, you know what I'm saying, is a narcissist. Or you realize that your mother is a covert narcissist, you know what I'm saying? Us spiritual people, we have to go through these type of things. We have to go through these relationships with these types of people to be able to help others. First, we gotta help ourselves, right, get through it. And then from that experience, now we can truly help others from having gone through the experience. You don't even gotta feel like, oh, I gotta cut, you know, this family member off and this family member and this friend off, you know. It don't really gotta be like that. It's just like, you just gotta have boundaries now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have strict boundaries with people now, you know? I still love everybody. I still love those friends. I still love those family members. But I can't let them get close enough, you know, to the point where they hurt me, where they damage me emotionally. Because I can feel the emotions, right? So we might be chilling, but if envy or jealousy develops, like, I'll be able to feel that quick. But sometimes I'll be questioning my own self about it. And that's something I gotta learn, you know, I gotta get better with, right? I'll be questioning myself like, nah, that can't be. It can't be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm bugging. Like, you know, maybe I'm overthinking of it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like let me make sure. You know, let me follow through and make sure, because we all got boundaries and whatnot. I'm like, you know, maybe it's me or something like that. But nah, I had to realize that it don't be me. You know what I'm saying? This is why people, you know, we got to keep teaching this. I think narcissism should be like, you know how they was teaching about AIDS and in the school showing you how to put on a condom and, you know, teaching you about AIDS all crazy. That's how narcissism needs to be taught in the school system. And in some schools, they are, you know what I'm saying? A couple of these schools in my area, I'm seeing like pictures on the wall and shit talking about empathy and sharing and things like that. Some of these schools are teaching the kids that, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of these black schools out here with all black kids, they are not teaching nothing about no narcissism or empathy or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? No. They're teaching us fake psychology. Like, how I'm in psychology class, but I'm studying Australopithecus. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta learn all these different types of monkeys and, you know what I'm saying? How, you know, the process in which they became man. And well, why am I learning this in psychology class? Shouldn't that be like science or biology or something like that? Why in psychology I gotta learn about Australopithecus? Now that now that you might be a little more aware of narcissism, or you're just, realizing it, right? You just realize, yo, damn, this person I've been chilling with is a narcissist, or damn, this person I've been working with is actually a covert narcissist, right? Like, they a hater, they out here trying to manipulate people, they gaslighting, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, okay, so once you first, figure it out, start trying to identify it in the movies. And it's like practice, right? And then you'll be able to really spot it in real life. Because even when I started learning about it, even when I began learning about it, right, I still got into little situations with narcissists. I wouldn't be like in a relationship for that long, right? Maybe a week or two instead of years. You know what I'm saying? I still might find myself like encountering this energy and dealing with it for maybe longer than I should. But once I started practicing, watching the movies, I was just doing this unconsciously. Just from what I was learning, I was just able to see it in the movies like clear as day. Then when it transferred over to real life, I'm able to spot it like that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even have to get myself into these situations or deal with this type of energy, because I can spot the red flags like ASAP, you know what I'm saying? So don't get down on yourself, because you may have been, in a toxic relationship for mad long and didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You were supposed to go through that experience. Those are your karmic soulmates. You're supposed to go through that to learn. You know what I'm saying? I be appreciating my karmic soulmates. I can't even be mad at them. The narcissistic karmic soulmates that I didn't have, I'm not mad at none of y'all. I be actually thankful. I be looking at your souls I be putting your souls in high honor, because y'all the ones that taught me all the lessons. Like, y'all the ones motivating me to go out here and to keep teaching and keep trying to do my thing. Y'all the ones that be motivating me the most, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even be mad at y'all. It's like, now I know better now. And everybody's ascension process is different. Like, my ascension process is slow, you know what I'm saying? It's slow or whatever, as I'm going through my life. Some others' ascension process, they skyrocket right to the top, you know what I'm saying? They get in the books and whatnot and just be on some straight learning and fasting for a whole year, and then they just know, like, they just at the top with it, like, immediately. So to my soul tribe and my karmic soulmates, I love all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? I love all of y'all. Like, I don't dislike my karmic soulmates. I hope that y'all learn. I hope that y'all stop doing the negative shit that y'all been doing and learn, you know what I'm saying? I understand, like, people need time to heal, from that situation, so I get it. So I'm gonna leave it there. Check out these movies, study narcissism, you know what I'm saying? Study this devil energy and learn how it works. Learning about narcissism is complex. Learning how the devil works and darkness, learning how that works is wild complex. How can you understand chaos? You know what I'm saying? So trying to study the devil and learn this shit, Baphomet and whatnot, is very complex. Learning about God is easy, it's straightforward, down to earth. You know what I'm saying? But the devil be really making you have to study shit, like. You know what I mean? So we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of y'all. I hope everybody's gonna have a happy holiday season. Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and all of that. Alright? It's Rapmythology, the reincarnation of Ramakrishna, coming at you like a true knocker. Peace.